All hail the moonwalking Sheegoth.
All hail moonwalking Sheegoth.
Alright. That's enough. That's enough. That you can't see that part of the game. It's cheating. I'm cheating.
Yeah,
I got to that point.
Spoilers. Spoilers, dude.
So I've got a problem, and that's that Face McShooty hasn't been met yet for the upcoming Borderlands run. That's right after mine. I also hope you guys are excited for some morning FPS action. This is Metroid Prime for the Nintendo GameCube. I'm BashPrime. I'll be running this game horribly. That's the
first-person action game.
First-person adventure.
Oh, sorry, adventure game.
So because of some wonderfully generous benefactors, the Fusion Suit incentive has been met. So we will be running with Fusion Suit.
Oh,
just as a heads up.
Rest in peace, shoulder pads.
Yeah, we all miss the pauldrons.
Rest in peace, shoulder pads.
Wait, did I enable that? I need to make sure. I'm sorry.
Rest in
I don't
peace.
want to waste any more time. Okay, we are good. Oh, I disabled it. Oh no. Okay, we're good. There's also a couple other really cool donations you guys or incentives you guys should see, as well as bid wars on the Tiltify page. Go to !CalFire. As someone who lives in SoCal, I was actually right next to the Thomas Fire when it happened, and I was extremely lucky to not have been affected by it. Really scary stuff though, and the fact that we've had our two largest wildfires like ever in the state in the span of less than a year is just pretty frightening. So this marathon's goes out to the California Fire Foundation, and I think it's really cool and a great cause. So I want to thank Aussie and the rest of the Cal Fire team. I can see right now on my Discord here, like Freddy, Ghoul too. I know Wormtalon's on the admin team. Also, shouts to the Speed Gaming team for helping us restream this event. So to help support it, hopefully I can get a good run going here for you guys.
Bash, your splits are in the way.
Oh shoot! I'm so what?
Scoot them over to the left.
Oh gosh, I don't know why my splits showed up. I am so sorry.
Make sure they're not straight up.
Why is my live split showing up? That's more for just me than anything else.
Well, I am live split. I'm just happy to be here.
All hail live split.
Let's go live split.
Rest in peace, live
Hey.
split.
Oh, actually, that's good because I need to load my other timer because this one has audio on it. Oh, it won't show on the actually no, it's fine. It won't show on the stream. It'll just play for me. That's not a big deal. I can just do different layout.
Imagine being ready.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much ready to go. If everyone else is ready.
Yeah, I mean, I was ready on time.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready to count us down, Bash, we're all set here.
All right, cool. So, oh, sorry, I totally forgot to shout out our awesome casters. Shouts to Aussie, who I believe is along for the ride here. I'll let the other two commentators introduce themselves.
You want to go first, Misa?
Okay. Hi, I'm Venmi. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Imslow.
So we got two fellow Prime runners, one who is infinitely better than me, and one who is infinitely more memey than me.
Yeah, I did a what's that? Ghetto McTwist?
The Ghetto Twist in Gravity Chamber? Ghetto
Yeah.
McTwist sounds like a Tony Hawk move, although Ghetto Twist sounds like a Tony Hawk.
Yeah, I did it,
I just want to see a cowboy move in like 55 minutes. Let's go.
Oh my god. Oh, we're gonna see some cowboy stuff pretty at that point. Yeah.
yeah, I did it with inverted axis 420 times RTA.
Oh my god.
Took me just under an hour 50 minutes.
So one thing I do want to see though before this run ends, for the sake of Shockwave and Amerlin, because their run coming up is actually really cool, and I've seen it several times. Their Borderlands 2, I think it's 80% that they're doing co-op together. There's a Face McShooty incentive that is awesome, and it's on the way. There's been some effort to get it there, but it's not quite there yet. So, but I mean, every single, if you feel like donating to whatever challenge you want, that's also cool. So.
We have challenges?
Like, we got hard mode and Aria Soro, Majora's Mask. Paper Mario is awesome. Alright, I need to stop delaying.
Yeah, I have to go 0-10 in pools soon. So.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. At least you got round robin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was gonna say something, probably more likes of I'm ready, but
Yeah, like
we'll
something
see.
like 5 or...
Yeah, that's a thing, right? You count down the time.
Yeah, there we go.
Start from 420 and just increment by tens.
All right, so this is Metroid Prime 80%. It's a classic speed run. That's awesome. You're gonna see some flashy stuff, hopefully, and it'll be fun. So, if not though, then I get Zlo and Venmi to go down with me on the ship.
All right. I'll
Okay,
stay
cool.
stream.
I'm
gonna go ahead and get started,
on the
please.
lifeboat.
and I'm gonna count down in just a bit. I'm using my live split here just for reference. All right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, so 1 and go. Sorry. Oh, I just paused on accident. First frame possible. I don't think.
Jeez.
These are bad targets. All right, 7-second targets. Let's go. So what I'm about to do here. Yeah, my lock-on system doesn't like actually turn on when you first start the game, and for like a couple seconds. So what I did here is called a dash. What I'm doing is I'm exploiting the like sideways dash mechanics that are intended when you're in combat or like locking on to like an object or an enemy. Normally what happens is when you stay locked on, the game will speed you up and give you a nice speed boost and then slow you down immediately afterwards. Oh my god, I missed the bombs here.
How do you do that?
But for like we can exploit that by just releasing lock on to just conserve our momentum. If you release your lock on in the middle of like when you get that speed boost, you just maintain all that momentum until you hit the ground again. And so you can just leap incredibly far distances. It's also a really fast form of movement, and it helps with it's most useful for some really early game like sequence breaks, though. Also, shoutouts to Fusion Varia.
No shoutouts to Fusion Varia. Unless you're talking about Hazel, then shoutouts to Hazel.
Shoutouts to Hazel. She's doing a task right now of the new 20% category for Prime. It's the new low percent that's possible, but it's still currently task only. So this year is just the Space Pirate Frigate. It's like a linear like tutorial level, so we're just kind of going through it pretty quick. I don't know if there are any new donations that can be read yet.
Oh, there's a trick coming up.
Oh yeah, there's a cool reposition that I suck at.
What Bash is doing is, instead of going around the room and going up an elevator, he's going to get himself stuck and reposition. Yeah, basically you get stuck, and what happens is whenever you get stuck in Metroid Prime, the game will try to reposition you, and you happen to get repositioned, yeah, above the room or above the area, so you can just go through the room that way.
Also, shouts to everyone watching this morning. Nice, have a nice cup of coffee with your Metroid Prime shenanigans. Oh my god, nerds.
Shoutouts to
nerds game.
We're just gonna discuss Samus's
Alright, toilet bowl? Nope,
habits.
we're not getting toilet bowl today.
Alright, so if you hold C up while firing missiles, you can actually do an effect called rapid fire missiles. So instead of firing one like every 2 to 3 seconds, I think it is, you can actually fire like 3 per second. And then aim directly at Parasite Queen's mouth, and the fight is over.
Yeah, the mouth hitbox takes twice as much damage, and what you're supposed to do is scan the Parasite Queen. It's supposed to like, what Retro intended was like, oh, you scan the enemy and you can get this new lock-on point. You also get some lore, what have you, but the hitbox is still there, so you can just manually aim at it. Manually aiming in Prime is kind of weird, but thankfully the Parasite Queen has a pretty large head, so it's not too hard to be consistent at that rapid fire missile kill.
It's not intended to manually aim in this game. Like you can do it, but it's not the main way of playing. You're supposed to utilize lock-on because it's a single stick first.
Yeah, manually aiming in Prime is, even in the trilogy version, just due to how small like the beam hitboxes are, it's pretty hard like to play this game manually aiming. Oh my god, I got caught by the Space Pirate. I'm not going right, by the way. I'm going left. The intended way. We're playing this game as intended for a little bit. There's a wall crawl. There's an out of bounds wall crawl you can do, called the frigate wall crawl, and it saves like I think 40 seconds of in-game time, and it saves a ton of RTA, but it's hard, and I'm not good at it.
RTA standing for real-time attack. This game is time based on the in-game timer, which is whenever you're in direct control of Samus. So anytime there's a cutscene, anytime there's a text box that pops up, like, you know, missile tank acquired.
Oh my god, I didn't get that dash.
Then the in-game timer will not tick up.
Wow, even that dash was awful. I screwed it up.
Well, you were supposed
This will be a pretty bad escape. I missed like all my dashes except for one.
Let's go, missing dashes.
Yeah, I'll be lucky if this is like above 420. And that's not like a joke.
Let's go!
Not joking. I know it's a meme, but it's just you know, it's just the craziest coincidence for inbounds escape.
Man, this person is so talented they can smell commentary.
Oh my god. What's up, Backlog? Shouts to everyone. We got Hercules bench press. We got Nerds of Game. One of the cool
Who is
people.
that? Is that Ridley?
Yeah, that's
Ridley's
Ridley.
not
I
in
think.
this game.
Yeah, yeah. If you just do the wall crawl, you never reach its cutscenes. I think Ridley just kind of forgets to go off the ship somehow.
Oh yeah.
So by Deus Ex Machina, he just kind of appears later on, but not this time. We're playing the game as intended, guys.
You know, I
We're
never
actually
even
not too far behind. We're at 53 pace here on the timer. Ridley et, oh my gosh.
Let's go, Ridley et.
Can I just time right now so we can just go to the next run? Oh my god.
When's Metroid Prime et?
Oh no.
But Samus is already a girl.
Why can't we have like?
I'm supposed to keep my composure and play well, and it's not helping.
Well, I mean, you already missed the out of bounds, so we can just forget this run.
Oh, I just hit the
I like one of my favorite Bowsette tweets is, oh, that crown actually
423, that's whatever. That's okay given what happened.
Next to it is a bottle of Estradiol.
You also saw me kind of sliding along the ground, also aiming at the ground. What happens, I was holding R and L while trying to hit his jump as frame perfectly as possible. The R button's kind of weird. It lets you like conserve momentum in weird ways. One of them's with bunny hopping, where it's a pretty small frame window to like either gain speed or maintain it, but it's a pretty consistent timing. So bunny hopping's one of the fastest like ways to travel on the ground when you can't really dash or use like morph ball. Morph ball's faster than walking. It's about twice as fast. But I lost morph ball in the cutscene. Yeah. All right, so coming up to one of the like most like well-known sequence breaks in like all of speedrunning. So what I just did there was space jump first, where I scan dash to a ledge. There's other ways to do it in later versions, but I'm playing also the 1.0 version of this game, the first ever release of the game, which happens to be actually the North American version, not the Japanese version. Funny enough, but we get space jump boots incredibly early. It doesn't just give us a second jump; it makes all of our techniques like more enhanced. So like scan dashes can go farther. I can jump higher. I can do a technique now called R jumping. Oh shoot. So it's a very, very valuable tool for going fast, and then for just really early sequence breaks. Like scan dashing is just ridiculous, like what you can get with it. Space jump is actually still kind of an early game item, but you're expected to do a big backtrack to get it. So by getting it as our first item, and the fact that it's behind our ship is kind of incredible. It'll help us get missiles early, morph ball early. It just completely breaks open the early game.
Yeah, speaking of missiles early,
yeah, I'm not going to be going to the Hive Mecha Boss fight.
Yep.
Instead, you can either go jump or just stand at the top of this half pipe. And I just didn't do it.
Let's go bash.
We just got an expansion. Now I'm going to go a little bit out of my way here and get an energy tanks. Energy tank, excuse me, not plural.
Let's go on energy tanks.
Technically, this is an out-of-the-way item, but we want health for... Actually, this coming up room here, but...
Please don't die.
I'm not going to.
Please die.
Yeah, those first set of scarabs are kind of scary. Didn't take too much damage, though. We're good. Also, you're supposed to fight, like, this beetle boss fight. We're just going to jump over the fight trigger. We are going to activate it, though, after we get Morph Ball. Just saves in-game time.
I thought you were gonna fight.
Oh yeah, we're gonna fight. But because we have space jump, we can just jump out. There's like an invisible wall that's there until you get Morph Ball. Although I think you have to get it before the fight like starts. I'm not sure.
The invisible wall is there until you actually get what's
But yeah, you can actually escape that room. Regardless, there's like a tree you can stand on, and then you can scan dash out. That's more of like for randomizer's sake than anything else. Oh, this game is randomizer, by the way.
Wow, what a shill.
Shoutouts to BashPrime for the amount of work being
my
put
God.
into the most recent iterations of
I pause
randomizer.
here to it technically saves I think both RTA and in-game time. That room with the fountain in it will actually auto-load the rooms. There's no like loading trigger I have to walk into to load the next room. So for whatever reason, well, so because I pausing will stop the in-game timer, and I unmorphed way too late. Excuse me. So we're gonna go get Charge Beam here. Technically, it's also out of the way, but it's worth the detour because it's worth for the boss fights alone. The DPS over uncharged like Power Beam is much greater.
Just to give you guys an idea, an uncharged Power Beam shot does 2 damage, a fully charged Power Beam shot deals 50 damage.
Okay, I didn't fall off. We're good. Can I please scan it?
Nope.
Oh my gosh. And then we just scan dash for speed. And then I jumped over it on accident.
Yeah, someone brought up Spankweed. So the Reaper Vine in this game, in the internal
Spankweeds.
files, the names of those enemies are actually Spankweeds.
And there's some like exploding mushrooms that I actually just passed. And the in-game name for those are called chubweeds. They're not even weeds, they're mushrooms. So I'm gonna boost some terrain here and just climb this room a little quicker than usual. Oh, I forgot to lock on. That's important for later. I'm actually gonna save there before the Flogger boss fight, but yeah, it's incredibly important that I have that save station unlocked. If that missile door is not locked when I come back to Chozo later, I'm in for a rude awakening.
And it's gonna be really bad.
Yeah.
Nah, you just go to the elevator, it's all good.
So now we're going to the Incinerator Drone boss fight. It's one of the few like entirely random elements in the game. It's also auto-scroller, so shoutouts to this room being terrible. We've nicknamed this boss Zoid, named after David Zoid Kirsch, who was one of the senior software engineers on Metroid Prime when it was being developed. And he was the guy that designed the boss fight. Entirely random, I can lose up to 3. There are 4 phases, and how long the eye comes out, that's like the weak point, is randomly determined. The first phase takes between 8 and 13 seconds, and then phases 2 through 4 take either anywhere between 15 and 25 seconds. So you can lose up to 5 seconds on the first phase, and then 10 seconds on every subsequent phase.
I think the
First phase usually isn't a big deal, it's just the next 3 that matter.
I think the fastest Zoid phase I've seen on consoles like 1 minute flat.
Yeah, it's nuts. You can tell if you have a decent Zoid if you don't loop the boss music. But I don't think we're gonna get a good Zoid here. Depends on how these 2 phases go.
It already looks bad.
It sucks too because bombs are so important for like movement and for just access to the rest of the game. You kind of need bombs, period.
Yeah, there's not a single category that skips bombs. They're that important.
Yeah. Come on, Zoid. Come on, it's so close. Okay, we looped, so that's not good. It's still not coming out. What the heck? All right, that was whatever. It wasn't that good. Like slightly below average. So So we're getting bombs. I'm gonna go for a frame perfect unmorph that actually loses a fraction of a second.
It loses 5 frames.
Oh, 5 frames, okay.
Let's go frame lock.
I didn't get it. That's fine. We will not lose 5 frames today.
Not today.
Coming up, I'm gonna do this bomb puzzle for the room energy core that's coming up. Normally this gets skipped for like top levels of gameplay, but I'm not quite that good. Actually, I can do this wall crawl, but for consistency's sake, I'm not going to do it in this run. There's one out of bounds I will be doing this run that will be coming up in about 15 minutes. That's actually pretty cool. But the previous route and actually the current route for like 100% involves actually getting Ice Beam like incredibly early. You'd go get Ice Beam right after bombs, and it's called Ice Beam before Flogger. It's one of the earliest like wall crawls that was discovered for this game by Flamancipator, who actually met at SGDQ this year. Really cool guy, cool Canadian dude.
He literally wrote the book.
The fact that he's Canadian is irrelevant. It's just he's cool. So shouts to him.
Yeah, most Canadians are not cool. They're just nice.
Oh my god!
Wow.
That was low. Those are your words, not mine. Okay, so by doing this bomb puzzle here, it unlocks a door to the room furnace up here on my left. I don't need to go to furnace right now. Technically, you're supposed to have like... Oh, actually, no, I do need to go there. I'm sorry. Marathon safety strats here. I'm gonna go to furnace to pick up an energy tank. This one's pretty out of the way. It's considered a weenie strat by Draconif, but he's not here, so he doesn't get to judge me.
I will judge you. It's a super weenie strat.
It's a big weenie strat.
Normally, I'm just fine with 1 energy tank, but I'd rather not 10 minutes to Flagra. It's not 10 minutes. It's like, yeah, it's not that remotely that bad. But if I'm like super dumb, I can take so much damage from Flagra that it's like not even funny. So we'll get that energy tank for safety. I've got time.
I'm waking up DF.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's asleep right now.
I'll tell Moose to wake him up.
Yeah, Weenie Hut Jr. Alright, so now we have everything we need to leave Chozo except for a suit. The upcoming level, Magmore Caverns, requires Varia suit technically. You take damage because it's like a superheated area. And so the Varia suit is classically like... its classic use in the Prime games is to help prevent that damage. So it's just one of those like locks the game has in place to prevent you from progressing. You actually can get through Magmore without Varia suit. You would have to take the elevator from Talon 4, and you needed 3 tanks minimum, although that's really hard. So like generally like the runners will use 4 tanks, and you just conveniently get 4 tanks here in Chozo Ruins. Well, technically 3, but okay, I landed on that collision correctly. So Cody can no longer yell at me.
Feeling when you go through Arboretum, you do a faster Arboretum strat than I do.
Yeah, that was actually pretty clean.
Wait, do people not do that strat?
Yeah.
Funny
Funny enough, that was like one of the first things they patched out. There was a really rare like 1.1 version that has all the same tricks. It changed like 1 vertex, I think, somewhere, and then you just can't do that gate skip in that tree room. Yeah, they changed like really little, and then the player choice came out and like fixed scan dashing. Well, fixed. They patched it out. I don't think it's a fix. So this is Flagra. This is the Flugster. He's the first like major boss that's on Talon 4, the planet.
More like major time waste.
Yeah, the cutscene boss, dude. Like none of this stuff's skippable, except for like I think Trilogy. I don't even know if these cutscenes are skippable on Trilogy. Just the yeah, I don't know. And it's funny too because I'm sorry, Benny.
I was gonna say at least the Trilogy version has good music.
Yeah. There's a bug in how the music loops for this fight. It's just this very like low. I was gonna say lo-fi like, but
it's literally like
it's catchy. But there's actually more of this
song
song than there is on like the GameCube version. They just looped it incorrectly on this version. I think they fixed it in PAL, but and I think the Japanese release.
It's definitely fixed on PAL.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention too. How I'm bombing these bomb slots outside of the tunnels. These bomb slots are like unique in that they're just regular damage triggers. So as long as I lay a bomb next to them,
Or a power bomb.
Flogger will take damage. So I don't actually have to like. Normally, what you have to do is you have to like shoot these like mirror dishes, and that'll knock him down. And it's actually intended for you to do that for the first one, because I think it activates the fight AI or something. I forget what the reason is.
But
yeah, every subsequent one, you just scan dash to the other tunnels, and you're good. So it just makes it. That was a pretty clean fight too. Normally the second dash I fall into the water, but I didn't this time.
This is one of those fights.
I'm not doing floaty wild nerds with game. I'm not doing that.
This is one of those fights where it's like, oh, it seems so slow, but in game time
yeah, it's like 20. It's like 20 to 30 seconds maybe. Like, I think optimally it's like 15 seconds. And then we have another like 35-second cutscene here, 40-second cutscene, but we're not losing any in-game time. It's actually. We've labbed whether or not getting various suits faster RTA than just skipping it with... I think getting 3-tank VMR is faster. I don't know if 4-tank VMR is, but
VMR standing for Varioless Magmor Run.
Yes, it's like Suitless Magmor and like Super Metroid, or Suitless Norfair, excuse me.
Let's go Magmor and Super
Oh yeah,
Metroid.
shoutouts to Mustard Suit, according to Hercules Bench Press. This is what you guys donated for, baby. Let's go.
Look away,
it's
look away,
beautiful.
Look away, look away.
Lakers, shouts to LeBron.
Oh no. Man, you just made the suit even worse.
Oh, it's so good.
Didn't think that was possible. Alright.
So coming up is a trick that I'm gonna need serious time for, because I mean I could technically focus, but I just
don't
would rather
worry.
not screw up.
I'll explain it.
This is a one-shot trick.
I'll explain it, Bash. Just focus.
Alright.
So basically, in this corner, there's enough collision to where Samus falls so slowly that if you bomb up at a precise tempo, you can actually climb it with infinite bombs. It's called an infinite bomb jump. Basically, the way that the bomb timer works is every 3 seconds after the first bomb is laid, it refreshes.
I forgot to lay bombs on the door. Whoops.
Wow. Noob
I keep
strats.
forgetting that. Yeah, I lost like 3 minutes there. Yeah, that trick is really risky. It's actually really easy. It's just risky because if you fall down, you cannot do this route. You basically have to go get super missiles and spare. You could just get Spider Ball, but that also requires like fighting Cardis.
Or you could just crawl to it.
Or you just reset. Oh, I got hit by the thing. That sucks.
Free time loss, boys. I'm almost out of cran grape juice.
Oh my gosh. So, by doing that infinite bomb jump, we can come here incredibly early without needing super Spider Ball. And it saves, like, a lot of time for 80%.
It's never been properly timed, but...
I'm stupid.
Like, assumptions have been, like, 10 minutes.
Yeah, you lose, like, at least 5 to 10 minutes if you fail that early wild trick. Oh, these ghosts are being dumb.
Spider Ball saves, or losing... Sorry.
I'm trying to stun lock them so they don't disappear on me. They'll basically, like, kind of do guerrilla warfare on you. They'll just run and gun and, like, use evasive maneuvers after they shoot, like, projectiles at you. But you can stun lock them just as they're about to, like, move and disappear. Oh my gosh, I got hit. I wasn't sure where he was. I'm taking way too much damage from them.
Yeah, Wilksy, in my chat we have sound commands, and every time someone uses the Chozo Go sound command, all the Prime Runners get, like, PTSD.
Really? That didn't hit him? Are you serious?
Let's go, Bash!
Oh, he's not dead. This one has a lot of health. Oh, shoot.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
So I'm gonna overlap 2 cutscenes here. Oh, I forgot to overlap them. Whoops.
Yeah, so now...
So that's Artifact of Wild.
You need
I skipped them on accident.
Spider, and then this room is extremely out of the way. You would go here at the very end of the run.
It wouldn't be that out of the way if the room to vault wasn't locked in Main Plaza, but for whatever reason, Retro locked it, so...
I thought you could just, wall crawl it. With,
I mean, you could, but there's no need to.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to get...
We're done with our first Chozo visit. We'll visit it 2 more times. The second time is like the other like extended time we're in Chozo. We'll have to come back for Ice Beam as well as the Chozo artifacts, and then the third time is like a really quick detour. That's just happens to be where we need to go.
Shout out to Magmore.
So, yeah, so we're in Magmore Caverns now. We got everything we need to, without taking like heat damage, which is good too, because the way we're going. The first superheater room you go into, or no, sorry, like the third one, Retro programmed it so you take like double heat damage than you normally would, so you just die quickly. Although, funny enough, in the trilogy version, playing on normal mode, you can survive that room. So there's a Chozo artifact here called the Artifact of Nature. I don't know if you're intended to get super missiles here, or use super missiles for this one. What Retro had in mind was like you have X-ray visor and it's like pretty late game and you realize where's this Chozo artifact, and it just you can see it with like the X-ray visor inside the like that pillar, that stone pillar, and then you shoot a super missile at it and it blows up and you can get the artifacts. Oh my gosh, I'm getting totally screwed over here.
Triclops are amazing.
Yeah, it's faster to go through that room with Morph Ball than it is to space jump over it, but space jumping over it's not that bad. I fell down to the bottom. It's not a big deal. It's just dumb.
Yeah, Super Metroid is a thief.
Yeah, Super Metroid stole this song 8 years before Prime came out. This game is actually like ahead of its time in an extremely unlogical way.
Only 8 years. At least give it 10.
Yeah, I'm doing what's called a ghetto jump there. Gain height when you're jumping off of like slants. So it's just a quicker way to traverse that room. And then I'm gonna get what's called the race energy tank. Very useful for the late game, having enough health for late game. You lose about 8 seconds getting it, but it makes the run incredibly risky if you don't get it.
What's the world record of 51 now?
Yeah, it's 51 minutes by Justin DM in-game time.
Let's go, Justin.
Fun fact,
he wasn't the first one to get it.
He wasn't the first one to get it, but the first person to get it got it in the practice room at SGDQ, so it was unrecorded. So
yeah, so there's no way we can verify it, unfortunately, because we require video proof, which we should. IMO, yeah. But that's a discussion that
shout out to
I won't really talk about. I wait on this cutscene for in-game time save. I save it as like I think a half a second to a second time. Oh, it is a second, yeah.
Yeah, it's a second.
What happens is when I get repositioned, it puts me farther forward than I already was, so I can just immediately scan dash off of this ice enemy here called a crystallite. We call him a snow cone, or upside down snow cone.
It's an inverted snow cone.
Inverted snow cone, excuse me.
Gosh, Bash.
While we could go get Wave Beam right now, we're getting Boost Ball first. Boost Ball is very, very useful for any percent. Not only do you travel fast with it, it's one of the fastest forms of travel in the game when you're boosting in Morph Ball, but it's used for a couple of sequence breaks and actually a boss fight.
So the D, we're actually searching for a trick right now, because if you find a secret world, which is a point where you can get out of bounds, within Magmore after that artifact, you'll actually completely change the route to where we get Plasma Beam as our first beam, right after, or actually our second beam.
Yeah, the current way of doing it, you have to go all the way back up the very first room of Magmore and go out of bounds, and it was timed to that route to only lose 8 seconds with that massive detour.
Yeah.
So if we can find that new secret world, then we have a new 80% route.
You'll also get paid big bucks in the form of Twitch.
Wait, new 80% route that's harder to save 8 seconds?
No, to lose 8 seconds.
Oh, to lose 8 seconds. Oh.
It's 8 seconds slower.
That's so stupid.
Early plasma is.
Oh, I fell off! Slower. Oh no. That's okay. This Ridley cutscene here saved us.
Yep.
I just get repositioned.
Shoutouts to Ridley's shadow being absolutely massive.
It's so huge. It's like twice as big as he is for no reason at all.
Well, it's to make him look big.
All right, now here is the out of bounds portion of the run. It's called Wave Sun. What'll happen is I'm gonna, well,
I like.
So I just went out of bounds there. It's actually one of the points of getting out of bounds in the game. Okay, I don't want to fall down here. Why am I stuck?
Yeah, preferably don't fall.
Yeah, that was weird.
This room is horrible to fall in.
Oh my god, that was close. Okay.
It's actually so bad.
There's actually only one reason I'm going out of bounds here. It's to set myself up to sort of the wrong room. It's kind of weird. I'll let... Vem could probably explain it a little better.
Alright, yeah.
I didn't force load the room. I'm stupid.
You didn't force load the room. Good job. Oops. Okay, so what's happening here is Bash is having to manually load and transition rooms. Transitioning a room happens whenever you go through a door, or in the case of out of bounds, when you're actually on top of it. And normally you're, like, throughout the game there are load triggers to hit. But since we're out of bounds, you know, we either need to hit them, or we need to manually load the room by shooting the door and then jumping next to it. Fun fact, in Corruption, you don't actually need to jump next to the door.
Yeah, so if you see all the map change there, now the game thinks I'm in this, like, hallway, this morph ball tunnel room that's ahead of me, that I'm shooting the missiles at.
Chapel Tunnel.
Yeah, Chapel Tunnel. It's important because the game disables certain collision checks when you're not in the room that the game thinks you're in. Oh, I didn't clip through. That's not good. Hold on.
Oh, that's
we're good, we're good, we're good.
Okay.
Oh, except I fell out.
Gosh.
So, because I'm in a different room than the game thinks I'm in, it disables certain checks and allows me to get stuck in walls and stuff easier. And I can abuse that to do a trick that's called infinite speed. This track could actually be done entirely inbounds, but you have to do the boss fight, which saves time. So, now I'm going to start going really, really fast. The morph ball looks like it's stuttering, but it's actually because the frame rate just can't keep up with how fast the morph ball is rotating. And so, the rotational values for the morph ball go up, I believe, exponentially, although I've been told it's linear too. They are stored in these, I think they're 32-bit, like,
correct, 32-bit.
They're assigned 32-bit floating point, not, like, I think it's single precision floating point. They're going up to around a value of 2 billion, and you think, like, for some, it's not handled, so it'll just overflow. But what'll happen instead is it just gets set to not a number after, like, a couple, like, it's about 50 seconds of this. Like, we're literally just holding a direction on the control stick.
It actually goes negative.
That's how fast we're going. This is a fast strat.
Bash, it goes negative for a frame and then gets set to not a number.
Goes negative for a frame, but then what happens is, because our speed is not a number, when it tries to do collision checking of whether I'm actually interacting with actors, like items, enemies,
cutscenes,
or types of collision, cutscenes, the game just kind of returns true for all that. And it's like, yeah, you're touching this. So we were able to get both Wave Beam, but more importantly, the Artifact of Sun with that trick without needing Plasma Beam.
I love watching people see that trick for the first time.
Yeah, it's nuts, and we're gonna do it again. This is actually called that trick was called Infinite Speed, and this route involves doing it twice, called the double IS route.
So, fun fact: the reason why
and that's it for this.
Samuses in that section.
Oh yeah, there's two cutscenes.
You're hitting two cutscenes, one to get Wave Beam, and the other one to start the Sheegoth fight. You're hitting both of them.
Oh, whoops! I unmorphed on accident. Yeah, so you can see two Fusion Area cutscenes. It's ugly.
It's shameful. It's not just ugly, it's shameful.
Yeah. Infinite Speed is a really weird trick, but it's like the coolest thing ever. And we'll be doing it in about 7 minutes, I think.
I mean, honestly, we've only recently started learning how to explain it properly, and the trick's been around for years.
And this trick works in every version, or all 3 games, I think, but it was actually done to skip item loss in Echoes. But now there's an out-of-bounds that's done instead.
Quantum speed.
Because also, Infinite Speed is a lot more volatile in Echoes. You can't, like, open your map, or you can only do it once. If you do it again, the game crashes. It's a lot more stable in Prime 1, funny enough.
It's amazing how the game doesn't crash with all the crap going on.
Yeah, so you think rotating in place, like, loses time for a minute, but it's actually faster, because it means we don't have to come back to, what am I doing?
Yeah, because you need Plasma Beam to get Artifact of Sun normally, so it's extremely...
Yeah.
It's
now, in 100%, it's faster to just come back, because you have to do cleanup by the time you go back to that room anyways, in, like, the first half of Findrana, so...
Cody had told me it saves, like, 8 frames.
Wait, really? What?
Yeah.
For what?
That doesn't sound right.
Doing Wave Sun instead of coming back.
In Hundo?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually slower.
Yeah, he had told me it saves 8 frames, so it's not worth it.
If it saved 8 frames, you would have seen it. You would have seen it in the 100% task.
Now, use it if you don't use IS properly. Like if you don't boost properly, you can hit like accidentally load too many rooms at once. That'll crash the game because it'll the GameCube only has like 16 megabytes of RAM, of like usable RAM. I think in total it has like 24. So that normally what happens is you hit load trigger so that only 2 rooms are loaded at the same time.
I'm fact checking you.
Me?
Oh, about the RAM thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
GameCube actually has really little RAM.
I thought it had 64.
Nope. Also, I forgot to mention about like what Chozo artifacts do. Hitting things I've been collecting. They don't serve really any kind of progression that's immediate, but they are required because they unlock the final level of the game. That's all they do is unlock that. So there's 12. We've considered, we've been trying to find a way to glitch hunt and skip them, but Retro actually did a pretty good job, like programming in that lock. It actually checks whether you have all 12 artifacts. How does it fit so many RAMs in such a small cube? Good question. Nintendo's engineering team. Alright, so now we're back in Chozo Ruins. Now that we have Wave Beam, and then also importantly, Boost Ball, we can basically clean up almost the rest of this region for what we need. We could technically clear it out entirely, but it's slower to do it now. So I'm just gonna scan dash here. Oh my god, that was awful. Normally you need Boost Ball and Spider Ball to go to this upcoming room. We're back in where the Morph Ball room, or where the Morph Ball was. But with that scan dash, there's like 4 ways you can actually go up to that door, and that was just one of the faster ways to do it.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that.
You need Gravity Suit, because we're underwater, but ghetto jumping, where you like jump off the slopes, is much more enhanced on... You get insane amounts of height doing it underwater without... on the condition that you don't have Gravity Suit. Otherwise, it's just like a regular height ghetto jump, but... I mean, you would just space jump up here anyways with gravity. So that's like the one big like requirement for Gravity Suit. The other one is like, oh, well, don't you need to go through Crash Frigate in order to get to Phazon Mines? And the answer is no. There's 2 different ways we can do it, and the previous route had a much more difficult method called bar skip. The trick itself is actually not, it's just a double bomb jump, but the positioning is actually pretty precise of where you need to bomb jump to. But in this route, we're going to take the Magmor elevator to Phazon Mines, and that's a lot more reasonable, except you need power bombs. And speaking of power bombs, we're actually going to sequence break and do IS again in order to get our first power bomb much earlier than intended.
Hell yeah! What?
So this route was actually this double IS route. The reason it exists is because Remy Demi, who's like an OOT Prime Runner, has played a bunch of Zelda stuff, I think in general, was like, I hate bar skip. Is there a way we can like not have to do it? And it turns out that doing infinite speed here is faster for in-game time.
Yeah, this room lags, so
yeah, this room lags. Actually, the other most of the inbounds infinite speeds lag the game. So I'm actually holding boost here to save 2 seconds of RTA. That's all.
You can do that?
Yep, you save 2 seconds of RTA and you sacrifice being able to look at Twitter during this time.
Not worth it.
Shoutouts to Flickerball. Quantum.
Well, we got this going on. We did get a $5 donation from the team. Evan, I'm so proud of what you have accomplished. Keep doing you, homie.
Oh my gosh.
Is that
Thank you. Was that from Lila? That's awesome.
I didn't hear the name.
Actually, no. I think I heard my name. That might have been the D, I think, who's actually in chat. Yeah, shoutouts to him. He actually lives in... He's actually my homie from the Smash community.
Let's go Smash!
Shoutouts to 805. So we have infinite speed. The one side effect is that when you're in infinite speed, when you unmorph, not only does the balls like rotational speed or something get counted as not a number. But the camera bobber that's used for like Samus's idle animations when you're like not moving also gets set to not a number. So if you unmorph, the game just... Oh, what am I doing? I have boost ball.
Silly goose.
I was busy explaining. Yeah, silly bash.
Silly bash.
But you can, if you go back into morph ball in a place where the camera's scripted while you're in morph ball, then it fixes the camera temporarily, where you can safely boost ball. It gets rid of infinite speed, so you can boost without crashing the game. But if I unmorph again, I'll be in light show. This is the effect called light show. So you actually could, if you accidentally unmorph here, you're technically not soft locked. You would be only if you stayed in the wave beam room and didn't like open the door. So the way you get rid of light show is by activating a cutscene that repositions Samus. And that includes stuff like a elevator, or in this case, a save station. So that's why I opened up that save station early on, like much earlier on the run, because I won't be able to shoot it with a missile while in light show. It just won't work. The only way I can open doors in light show is if I lay bombs. So the reason I didn't get light show at all when I was getting wave beam in Artifact of Sun was because why did I unmorph again? That was dumb. Also BSJ.
Sounds like a good reason.
Oh, I screwed it up. Hold on, let me try it again. So the reason I didn't get light show at all in the other infinite speed I did was because we just immediately got placed into a cutscene that repositioned me. That trick I did there, called a bomb space jump, or BSJ. So it abuses a trick known as instant unmorph, right? I'm stuttering a lot right now. I'm sorry. Instant unmorphs happen when you obstruct the camera when you unmorph. The game will not play the animation. It'll just immediately give you control again. So it saves a second. If you like lay a bomb and get an instant unmorph as you're in the air, you have like a 21 frame window where the game still thinks you're like standing on the ground, and so you can input a jump while in midair, and it gives you extra height. So you don't see them too often in Prime 1. You do see a lot of them in Corruption. But there's one BSJ that's incredibly important for the run that we'll be doing. It's like the one only like BSJ that's really important for Prime 1.
And it sucks.
Also, if I did the out of bounds strat here, I would be able to skip this, but I don't, so we have to fight him. And then doing that, and also I don't necessarily have to do the bomb space jump to get into that like morph ball tunnel. You can actually stand on like the side of the spider track and just abuse like, so there's actually standable collision on it, and you can just jump on it and just jump up to the morph ball track without needing spider ball. It's a very most of the spider ball and like grapple beam skips are actually really easy to do. There's a couple of spider ball skips though in mines that are kind of difficult, and there's two rooms in particular that are difficult called the spiderless shafts, and I'll be doing those later. And yeah, Chozo ghosts are annoying. The fact that you can stun lock them is really nice. He was okay, and the fact that there's only one in that room is not too bad. I will have to come back to this room later to get a Chozo artifact that I need plasma beam for, technically, and there'll be like 3 Chozo ghosts that I'll have to avoid.
Ooh, I'm pretty sure.
I thought there were 3.
Thought it was 2.
There's 3.
Are there 3?
It's 3.
Man.
So yeah, so now we can get Ice Beam without needing Spider Ball at all.
Imagine
also,
knowing what you're talking about.
Yeah, no. I wait out this cutscene because I saved 0.8 seconds. It allows me to equip the Ice Beam faster, but it's slower for RTA.
Let's go slower RTA.
So now we have pretty much everything we need to enter the Phazon Mines, except for one item in particular, and we're about to get it right now. That's also what's really neat about getting a power bomb expansion this early, because coming up is X-ray visor, and you need power bombs for it. There's an out of bounds you can do to skip it, but it's slower for 8%. So now that we have both Ice Beam and power bombs, we can just go right away visor. Normally what would happen is you get your main power bomb upgrade your first visit to Phazon Mines, and then you leave and backtrack to go get X-ray visor here, and then you would go get plasma beam, and then go back to mines. So we can get everything we need to complete Phazon Mines in one trip before we even enter like Phazon Mines. It's pretty neat. And then you think, oh well, I need Spider Ball, right? Nope. We can just stand on the track.
Standable.
It's kind of nuts how many skips you can do that just involve jumping on. Not even like technically a glitch. It's just abusing like the terrain. The next room, Life Grove, is taking a while to load, so I have like a free missile expansion I can get here, technically. Oh my god, I didn't make it up to the... That's dumb. This room is the worst room in the game. The collision is really bad. Life Grove Tunnel, that half-pipe room, is awful. You could just, like, get caught in collision randomly and then just, like, lose all your momentum. Man, so yeah, like, getting X-ray like this, like, it's just a very awful... And I like it a lot. Boosting up this way and laying the power bomb up higher will break the, yeah, so it breaks those power bomb, like, walls super quick. And I got an insane boost off of that like slope too.
Yeah.
Like that's the highest I've ever gotten with a boost ball like that. So it just those walls just came crumbling down like super quick.
Now to leave this room, Bash is gonna do a super hard trick called an L-lock spring.
Oh my god. That's right. I need to do it here. Maybe I'll actually make it this time.
Oh my goodness.
It's not even that. L-lock spring space jumps were thought to be an actual jump you do, but really it's just you look down and you can see like the edge of the terrain, and so you can do an L jump to get out like more precisely. So, oh, we're doing it. If you look down all the way, and then like, oh, I screwed it up.
No, Bash.
All right, let's try it again. Look down all the way. Hey, and I still didn't make it.
It's so hard, in fact, that some say it's not even a thing.
Yeah, it was thought it's still on the Metroid 2002 page, which is out of date, and I cannot stand on this. Yeah, normally what you're supposed to do is go around like the edge, and then you activate this Chozo fight to unlock the way out. But you can either L jump or R jump out. It's really not hard. You do have to fight them in 21% because you don't have space jump, and it's frightening because you have no energy tanks. And Ghost can do a lot. What unmorph was that? That was weird.
21% sucks.
What? That's weird.
21% only sucks if you're doing it single segment.
Debatable.
No, it's just bad category. 21% being the lowest percentage.
You know what's a good category?
Of items.
All map stations, which we've just started doing as a category extension. Prime.
You know what category is really fun? Thardus percent.
Thardus percent? Thardus RTA?
Yeah, when I get home from going 0-10 in pools, I'm gonna do some Thardus percent runs.
Yeah, so 21%. You get the 12 artifacts. You get more a missile expansion, morph ball bombs, Varia suit, wave beam, ice beam, plasma beam, X-ray visor, main power bombs, and phazon suit. That's it.
So we've cleaned up basically everything we need to go to mine. Now we're making our way back to Phendrana Drifts, and we need to go there through Magmor. So this is just the quickest way to get back to Magmor Caverns. We will be getting Plasma Beam on the way, because now we have everything we need to get Plasma Beam. And you're thinking, well, Bash, you don't have Spider Ball or Grapple Beam. How can you possibly get this amazing weapon? But funny enough, Plasma Beam's actually like really easy to sequence break. You don't even need Grapple Beam or Spider Ball. Now, the fast strat is kind of hard, but...
Yeah, you skip the puzzle.
Yeah. Well, I don't skip the boost ball part, but you can. Or you can skip part of it and save time, but it's hard.
You can skip 2 of the 3 boost.
Oh, you skip 2 of them, okay.
Yeah, you can skip 2 of them.
So it's neat that we take this route to get back because we can save at the ship on the way and lose no time.
Yeah, it gives you a power bomb.
And no time, I mean no in-game time. In-game time only counts up when you're in direct control of Samus, so cutscenes and when the game's paused for like whether you're actually pausing the game or if you are
Oh, one quick thing
like an item acquisition.
This is the GameCube disc being played on a Wii. So there are some rooms in the 0-00 version that can crash. Going up the Chozo elevator, the first Chozo elevator is one of them.
Yeah, the game tries to load some rooms faster than the GameCube can handle. But it works on Wii because the Wii has a faster disk drive. Oh, whoops. Yeah, so instead of playing on a purple box, I'm playing on a white, like, rectangle.
You have a purple box?
Yeah, I've got a purple GameCube.
I have a silver box.
Silver's cool. And you're thinking, well, hey, Bash, like, you don't have Spider Ball. Okay. Okay. We'll just R jump out there instead. You can actually just use a double bomb jump in the lava and make it across. There's like, again, like to get to Artifacts of Life Giver near where the Morph Ball is, there's like 4 different ways you can make it through that room.
You have to do it on Wii. You have to use the Morph Ball, or you have to do the bomb
bad.
jump.
Oh shoot. I screwed up that dash. I hit the wall in accident.
Bad.
Alright, so to get Plasma Beam without grapple, you do this. You get off this rock to make it onto this panel here. Then I R jump across to this spinner. And then I personally raise these 3 spinners. Because I'm not, like, that good.
Skipping the puzzle saves, like, maybe, like, 8 to 10 seconds. It's nothing huge. It's a small time save.
Yeah, the bigger time save is trying to do the Ghetto R to make it to the Plasma Beam room. As opposed to using the standable collision on the outside. So
what is an R jump?
Okay, yeah, let's explain that.
Good
so
point.
R
Good
jump
point.
is so when you hold R and L, Samus's momentum gets locked. So basically, if you do an L jump, hold R, turn, and then do another L jump, you're able to get a lot more momentum. Really bad. Or you're able to get a lot more speed.
Oh, I made it. Let's go. I'm amazing.
Yeah, there we go. Nice.
So that Ghetto R jump, just what you do like the beginner strat is there's like a rim where the around the outside of the room that you can actually just stand on. It's really easy.
Most of the rim is standable.
Yeah. See, like that little silver band you see, like right below the spider tracks. Yeah, you could just stand on it and then just climb your way to like a certain section of the spider track and then jump onto the spider track, and then you wouldn't ever have to morph. You just jump on it and then use those as platforms to make it to Plasma Beam. The trick I did instead is I just jumped straight to the door, and it's riskier, but it saves like I think 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah, R jumping is definitely not meant for casual games.
Yeah, that was the one trick I wanted to nail this entire run, and I'm really glad I did. I forgot to switch to Ice Beam.
You mean you didn't want to fall in shorelines?
Oh god.
I love falling in shorelines.
No, it's not intentional for casual gameplay. You're supposed to like go to Morph Ball and do this cool like, it's a cool spider track, but it goes around like the entire like circumference of the room. But you can just stand on it instead. Also, speaking of abusable collision, they could stand on. Oh my god, I failed it. Hold on. This is easy. It's just dumb because these poles are like really narrow. Where am I standing on? What the heck? Okay, here we go.
What are you doing?
I have no idea. Yeah, you can just stand on that and then jump to the top of the track. It's really easy.
As they're explaining in chat, like, so there's no sideways speed cap. So turning Samus to the right or left, to turn Samus sideways will actually allow you to get increased speed, just due to the fact that there's no sideways speed cap.
So this is our second and last Vendrana visit. Yeah, we visit like the first half of Vendrana once, and then the second half of Vendrana once. I think. Oh my god, did I seriously fall down there? That's dumb.
Jeez, Bash.
I've been pretty inconsistent at that jump lately, and I'm kind of mad.
I don't think I've ever been consistent at that jump.
So we're taking a little detour here to get a Chozo artifacts. Another one of those pesky little blue things. I hope I don't get knocked off. Okay, we're fine. Oh, okay, I don't want to get blown up there. I'm doing the weenie strat because I can't do the ghetto to save my life to get up onto this tree.
I don't know how to do the ghetto either. The cess is way easier.
The cess?
The cess is so much easier than that ghetto.
That's not even in this room. What the heck?
I don't even know what that stands for.
Okay, question. Am I getting the second power bomb or not? Well,
Yeah.
now that I'm getting Spirit, I'm probably not going to get it. We're going to let the RNG decide.
You gotta get the yeehaw jump, Bash.
Yeehaw jump.
Yeah, you have
Oh,
to
shoot. Okay. That's right.
have to do it.
I forgot about the yeehaw jump. So, I'm gonna lose a bit of time and R jump to get the second powerbomb expansion. It's slower, but it makes it more consistent. Otherwise, I have to rely on a.
Oh god, no!
Here we
What
go.
are you doing?
Oh my god, I'm not used to this. I'm not used to this axis. All right. Yeehaw! If you change the y-axis, you do what's called a yeehaw jump instead of an R jump. You do a rodeo jump instead of an R jump.
Let's go rodeo jumps.
So that's
It's just because you look up instead of down. It doesn't do anything. That's so stupid. That's like the worst game I've ever done.
Holding L while you're moving just locks your speed at 11.8. And then if you jump, it still keeps that locked speed. However, when you normally jump, you lose momentum and then you gain it about a quarter of the way through the jump, like about.
So with an R jump, instead of losing the momentum, it just locks your speed. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Once you or you hold L for like the first like 8 to 10 frames or so, and then after that you let go of L, so you only gain speed. You are maintaining speed during the section where you normally lose it.
So you might be thinking, why are you entering labs backwards, Bash? And that's because we can do it backwards. It's kind of iconic, like this whole second half of this run. You're doing like almost a bunch of areas like backwards.
Are we gonna watch Edward die?
I'm gonna see if I can show it off. There's a space part I need to break through some glass that he can be a little finicky. His AI is kind of weird.
It's the worst AI in the game.
Let's see if he does it. Come on, Edward! He did it! I got kind of blocked, but I saw him jump through the glass. He dies when he jumps through the glass when you do it this way. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
He dies when you jump through the glass either way.
No, he's alive when you do it after killing the Metroid.
No, because you kill him. So he dies either way.
He didn't drop anything. Okay. Oh wait, I got the Powerbomb expansion. We're good.
Yeah, silly Bash.
I don't have to rely on Powerbomb luck. That's right. I'm so used to relying on the luck. Because it's faster to get just the one Powerbomb expansion instead of 2.
Okay, so we name some of the characters in this game. So for example, the pirate that jumps through the glass, we've named Edward. There's a pirate in Elite Research, which is a room we'll see later, named Calvin. We have...
Oh yeah, Calvin's the worst.
There's
Calvin
Irvin, who's a Metroid. There's Frederick, which is a plasma trooper.
Is he the one that's right before Mega Pirate? Or is he in MQB?
He's all the ones in MQB.
Oh, he's not a single pirate.
Whichever one screws you over is Frederick.
Okay, that sounds about accurate. I'm doing a little skip here. You can just jump over the little force field and just knock down the tower that way. I have everything to knock down the tower like casual gameplay.
You need plasma beam to a tower and use plasma beam.
Yeah, there's like a sheet of ice they have to melt with plasma, and then you can shoot at these like explosive pack on the tower with a missile, but I can just jump over and just shoot the missile directly.
The fission Metroids are named Jack.
I won't forget Beef. I don't want to go too far that way because I don't want to activate this pirate fight and it loses a lot of time. It saves negative seconds. Yeah, it's funny because I actually have a lot of health for this section, but I'm gonna get one more tank just for safety. Just in the very rare chance that things go incredibly wrong, like falling down that room fast enough.
Like Bash.
So this tank loses like 8 seconds, but it's a nice safety tank if you're low on health in a run, and you have the time that you can, if you have time to spare.
Weenie.
All right, so we're going back into Research Core. You saw that we skipped Thermal Visor before. It's because we have to scan these 3 like terminals. Now you think scanning these with these unskippable cutscenes loses a lot of RTA, but again, oh, I scanned the wrong thing. Shoot, hold on. I keep doing that. It's dumb. That's fine. I have a backup. But we lose almost no time in-game time, and it's useful for the final boss. So it's worth the time loss to get it, like the minimal time loss in-game time.
Oh no! In RTA, any percent, are we not gonna get Thermal Visor?
It's faster to skip it, I think. But then you have to rely on not losing time to Essence, like not being stupid. Because if you don't have Thermal Visor, you can't see the second Metroid Prime battle. Called Essence, it shifts between different visor views. So you can only see it with like one visor at a time. So when you can't see it, it makes it really hard to like... You can find out where it is with like scan visor, but it's a really small like scan point that you can see with it. So it's just... You're almost guaranteed not to do very much damage phase. Oh shoot, wrong beam. Also, there's another energy tank we get here that's free.
Nice wrong beam.
So I have
unless you change beams incorrectly.
What's up?
I said unless you change beams incorrectly.
Yeah, I know. Then I'm just stupid.
Well, we already knew that.
I can't believe it's been an hour. This run's been
Bad.
pretty good. I mean, it's bad, but it's bad.
Wow, way to throw him under the bus.
Let's go, Bash.
So now we have everything we need. We're done with Phendrana entirely. So the only 2 areas we need to go to that are left are Phazon Mines, and then one really quick trek back to the Chosen Ruins, which we'll be able to do towards the end of the run. So this is why we need the power bomb to get into mines. It's because of the power bomb debris here. And then I get a guaranteed power bomb drop off the zoomer because I'm gonna have to lay another power coming up, like right in the beginning of Phazon Mines. So just like the Phendrana Pirate Labs, also we don't get super missiles because it's too out of the way. So we literally just go as far as the control tower room outside, get the Chozo artifact there, then make our way back out the back end way we came in. So just like that, we're entering Phazon Mines backwards too, technically. Oh, okay. I didn't want to fall down. So Phazon Mines is a really technical and dangerous part of the run, but it's arguably like the coolest too. There's some really like difficult but flashy tricks you see here, and then in addition, like there's a lot of space pirate enemies that are pretty strong and can do a lot of damage. In particular, the elite pirates are actually not too bad, but it's the beam troopers that are like yellow, purple, ice, or white and red that correspond to what beam weapon you can shoot them with. Also, oh, I fell down. Hold on, let's try again. Yeah, we could just. Oh, I just input my space jump early. Hold on. Yeah, I could just stand on that elite pirate and just skip the fight entirely. No problem. We're actually going to skip this fight again on our way back. We're going to pass this room one more time in the run. So right now we're heading towards where you get the main power bomb upgrade. Even though we have power bombs, I'd like to have more. And then we also actually to unlock a Chozo artifact. For whatever reason, it checks whether or not you've acquired the main power bomb upgrade. That was a cool on morph. I'm waiting for this room to load. Also, elite pirates are dumb.
Man.
As long as you stay to this side when the fight begins, their AI doesn't really activate until you're in their line of sight. So I can just stay to their side and just shoot rapid fire missiles at it until it dies. Also, because I have X-ray visor, the cloak drone fight's really easy. He's dead. Oh, Venmi, get your maze finder ready.
Did she disappear?
She's either gone or focused. So these mazes are entirely random. There's 300 possible mazes, and they can range between 15 and 55 squares. Only odd numbers, and you can't get, I think, a maze of like length 53. There's only one maze that has 55 squares in it, and it's awful if you get it. You have a 1 in 300 chance of getting it. This maze is awful though. This is like a 40-something square, I think.
Let's go, bad mazes.
I missed the map room. Yeah, how will I know where I'm going? Funny enough, if you, that map room I skipped is like where time would end for all map stations. That's a much shorter run than 90%, just because it's a category extension. That's just like a quick RTA run.
All map stations is top tier run.
It really is.
I have to get on that soon.
All right, so now that we got our main power bombs, we can just go straight to lower mines, which is only we have to go this way to go there. So this room's terrible. I hate it. There's 4 mega turrets in here, which are stronger than normal turrets, and you can take like a lot of damage. Also, shoutouts to lag. Wow, that was 45 squares. That's awful.
That's so good.
That's the 83rd percentile in terms of awfulness. There's a program that Claris, who was a former world record holder of this game, very like really good prime runner across all 3 games. She went and like programmed all the mazes. She found a way to know like which maze you're getting. Oh, I forgot to dash. Shoot. That's fine. I have it back up. So I just scan dash across that phase-on pool to save time. So here's the first, like, kind of difficult, but not crazy bad spider skip. Because I don't have Spider Ball to climb this room, right? So instead... Ooh, nice Power Bomb drop. I'm gonna kill that Metroid. So I Ghetto jump up to this rafter here. And then I just scan dash off that missile. You can also scan dash off of the Metroid too, but I killed all of them, so... I forgot to change beams. Yeah, falling down or losing time in that that room was called Metroid Quarantine A. Kind of sucks, but this room coming up can lose a lot of time. Although there's backups to get back up. Call it a Fungal Hole. There's 100 Metroids in it. It's dumb. I hate it. So hopefully this goes well.
Where did Ben be?
Lower mines can be stressful because there's a lot of powerful enemies. Oh god. Also, I'm doing early newborn coming up. There's an out of bounds now. Sucks. Don't catch me. Ah, dang it. I waited too long. I forgot what I was doing. Somehow. Where's he at? He's above this mushroom. I need to kill him. Got a free power bomb upgrade though, so yeah, this is pretty bad all around. So I could stand here and then Ghetto jump off the wall. And then I'll just R-jump across instead. Normally I would just like quickly dash to the end of the room and wouldn't have to kill that last 100 Metroid. Yeah, there's actually a Geiger counter that's like used in game for like the ambience. So there's an out of bounds you can do in the previous room I was in that lets you get a chosen artifact that would normally require phase-on suit before the actual Omega Pirate fight, like where you get the item from. But it saves. It can save up like I think 40-something seconds, but it's really hard. You can soft lock, so I don't do it. Almost no one does it. I think like only 4 people in the Prime community actually do that trick.
I'll be one.
Man, that was a really good dash. The space pirates behind me can when you get hit by like space pirate shots, you can. Oh, I'm actually gonna save. I forgot to save in after power bombs, so I'm just gonna do it here. Yeah, MQB is like a slaughterhouse. There's like a bunch of space pirate troopers in there that they deal like about 10 damage per shot, and they shoot you with rapid fire shots. And sometimes they can be scary accurate with their beams. So you can just lose like a full tank just in this room alone. Also, he's just standing there like just chilling, you know.
Let's go T-pose pirate.
T-pose pirate.
Also,
he's not even T-posing. He's just standing there.
Fun fact, in all mirrors in this game, or all reflections, Samus is T-posing.
Alright, I'm not sure where Venmi is. But this is the Omega Pirate fight, so again, I'm standing to his side so his AI doesn't activate. The way this fight works... Actually, you guys can explain, because I need to focus.
Okay, so the Omega Pirate has the same kind of AI that regular Elite Pirates do, so as long as you don't go right in front of him, he's just going to turn like an idiot trying to look at you. So actually this power bomb... Yeah, that was early.
When done right, it skips an animation that summons space pirates, and it saves time. Okay, this is good RNG. Oh, I don't have missiles.
Wasted time. Let's go, wasting all your missiles on Omega Pirate.
This is why I keep 2
dead.
missiles at all times.
Yeah, I always keep missiles too.
Okay, so... Oh, sorry.
You can manipulate which pool the Omega Pirate spawns in, because he spawns in the pool farthest from you, and he won't spawn in the same pool twice in a row. So if you stand by the back 2 pools, you can force him to stand in the one far away from you.
That was early, I think.
And then
we're good.
From there, he has 2 more pools that he can spawn in for the next phase. And so if you just stand by one of the pools, then you manipulate which one he spawns into.
Power bombs do 50 damage per frame, and they're really powerful. That's dumb. But I have to wait for a certain audio cue. It's a pretty precise like audio timing to lay the power bomb to quickly finish him off. You can actually kill Omega Pirate in 3 pools in like 1 cycle with just charged plasma beam. It's safer, but it's not as fast.
Yeah, like you can actually fight Omega Pirate mostly with power bombs, and the reason for that is the thing that causes Omega Pirate to take damage is actually X-ray visor. You cannot damage Omega Pirate.
Yeah, that's the reason why we get X-ray. It's not useful just for the final boss, but you have to have it equipped for whatever reason. He's the only boss that actually requires a visor equipped to damage him.
Oh, also a fun fact if you didn't realize that, in the cutscene we got Gravity Suit, even though we got Phazon Suit from it.
I'm so used to that now, it's just like...
Yeah, I forget to mention it a lot.
So we're backtracking to get that Chozo artifact I was talking about. Again, it's possible to sequence break a little bit and get that early. But, it's hard. It's really hard. Vemi here can do it, it's just...
You're talking about early newborn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only 4 people who do it in runs. That's Justin, T3, Varelix, and me.
And then Edson's gonna be doing it soon, I think.
I'm about to be the 5th.
I will learn early newborn once I get sub hour.
That's when I started doing it.
Oh, that's right, I have to actually do Facebook.
I'm gonna learn it once I get
So it skips having to, like, break all these,
Oh.
backtrack and break all these, like, bomb rocks.
Oh, yes.
But, okay, that's, I mean...
But it's a lot safer.
Okay,
You actually
so
do this,
we have to
the
do
inbound,
whatever
like the
we're
normal
doing.
way of getting
I mean, it doesn't
newborn.
matter.
The early newborn 100% has you do it without Phazon suit though, but you have like 13
It's a
tanks.
small amount, but
You need 11 tanks minimum just to survive it though.
I
So
mean,
it's actually like a really dangerous part of the run.
really doesn't matter in the long run.
But it's a lot more consistent than say like doing the out of bounds. And then I come back to this room again, but there's Metroids here this time, so it's a lot easier to just scan dash across.
Yeah, hashtag...
A lot safer of a room too. You don't have the pirate beam troopers, like the color-coded pirates shooting at you. And again, they're like probably the most dangerous enemies in the game because with Various Suit, you only have 10% damage reduction, and you only have like either 2 or 3 tanks, depending on whether you get the Magmor tank early on in the run. So you can lose all your health like really quick. Also, falling down in this room loses like 30 seconds. It's really stupid. The scan dash to like move faster through the room is off the elevator. Hologram is easy. It's just falling down in the Omega Pirate room sucks. So now we're back in the Phazon processing. That's a really nice power bomb drop. I have plenty of power bombs, but that's just nice.
Now you can get missile drops.
Oh yeah, I need those. I'm out of missiles. Alright, so we're back in that Elite Pirate room. It's called Elite. It's where I jumped off the Elite Pirate. Instead, I need to go through the, normally the front entrance to this room.
I don't think I ever realized it.
There's a trigger there that's like really tall but kind of narrow, and it's just narrow enough that I can jump over it and land on the other side without activating the fight. It's not that bad of a time loss in game time if you activate them. You do need the missiles though, and I still don't have quite enough for this upcoming Elite Pirate that I actually do need to kill for a Chozo artifact.
It'll be fine.
But yeah. Oh, so coming up is Spiderless Shafts, probably the hardest trick in the run for me.
It's my favorite.
Well, maybe Wave Sun's harder, I'm not sure. It's just a really precise set of jumps you have to do.
Wave Sun is free.
So I BSJ, it's the other BSJ you do in the run. I failed to land on the thing, so I'm gonna try again.
Damn, you do it that way? What the heck? When did you start doing this?
Recently. I tried Dragonif Strat and it didn't work. Okay, so what we're gonna do is... There's a really narrow piece of collision to stand on to the side of the track. And that went really well, actually.
Oh, nice.
42069.
That's an absolute run killer, and it's towards the end of the run. So... But that's the first shaft. That's the first bit hard. The second shaft's easier. You just have to land on a dumb rock.
The rock is the worst.
But I have a setup for it, and it's really consistent for me. So those were really good shafts.
Yeah, shafts are.
I made those shafts look easy. They're not easy for beginners.
I'm not kidding.
Still not easy.
That's getting on that rock.
There's Calvin.
I don't think a single person has the exact same strat there.
I'm also infinitely boosting and clipping through a rock on the other side. You see, like, that's the rock I came. Calvin's in the way here. He needs to not be in the way so I can boost here.
Just knock him off. It'll.
Oh, don't fall down, Calvin. Okay, we're good.
Oh, Calvin!
I'm killing some space pirates here so I can reduce lag. and then I pause so I can reduce some lag even more, or not reduce lag, just so I can account for the lag in the room.
Oh, so this casing, you need main power bombs in order to.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing that I need the main power bomb. Oh, should I?
No, there's no such thing as a significant other to Calvin. He's lonely because he's a piece of doo-doo. A bad word, but this is a PG stream.
Oh, did I just say a bad word? I'm so sorry. I apologize. I will donate to this.
Yeah, can you donate 30?
I don't know about that. Well, oh, yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Hell.
Wow, I thought the swear jar has gotten expensive these days.
Oh my god. It's all about that inflation, you know?
I didn't think it inflated that much.
Alright, so that was the reason I needed to go in this room, was for the fact we are done with mines. We just have to climb out of ore processing, and it's a stupid jump. That can also lose time. Not nearly as bad unless you keep failing the jump. Also, shouts to DF. I guess Nerds is... Or no, I'm still shouting out DF in the chat.
Shoutouts to Remy for having the most hilarious instant unmorph in that second shaft room. I forget what it's called.
What, is it during his ESDA run or something, or what?
No, it was just doing runs online, and
okay.
He instant unmorphs 3 times.
Oh my god, that's incredible. Alright, so that last jump to get to the top of that room is dumb. There's a precise bit of collision you have to stand on. Again, Metroid Prime has a lot of standable collision that you can exploit to skip needing items. I also skipped Grapple Beam. I'm not getting it. I should have gotten it for the meme. I have plenty of time for the marathon run, but also shouts to the introductory cutscene to Phase on Mines.
Hey, welcome to Phase.
I'm going out what's technically the front entrance, but because I never entered that way, it just thinks I'm entering that cutscene for the first time, or that I'm entering. That cutscene always shows for every new region you enter. It has it for Magmore, Chozo, Phendrana, and Mines. That wasn't my Mines was all right. It wasn't that great. I fell down in Fungal Hall A, so it was just pretty bad. But the rest of my movement was pretty solid, so I'll give it that. So this run's pretty much over. We have almost every arc. There's one more we need to get. We technically need 2 more. The second one I have left, which will be the last artifact we collect, is actually at the artifact temple, where the gate to the final level is unlocked. So you technically only need to explore and collect 11 of the artifacts, because the 12th one's just at the beginning, or at the place that you need to use the artifacts for. And it just so happens to be on our way back to the ship, which is where really close to where the final boss is. Yeah, one of the version 1.02 differences is that there's a hard lock on the plasma beam door. You need grapple beam to unlock.
Yeah, there's no way you can get around that.
Yeah, what they did at first was put debris on it in the PAL. And
actually, that's because you can. Did.
Sorry?
Player's Choice came out first, I believe.
Oh, never mind. So Player's Choice doesn't have that grapple lock, I think, but PAL does. So this is the only item we need in Chozo now, is just this one artifact.
Yeah, why didn't you get grapple bash?
I don't know why I did. Also, what's up, Eagle? Because if I do it in every marathon run, it'll get tiresome. It's gotta be those special occasions. Hey, I did the Yeehaw jump. We're good.
Yeehaw jump is top tier.
So you can actually get this artifact without plasma beam with an infinite speed, but it wastes a minute, so it's a lot faster just to come back and grab it on your third trip into Chozo Ruins.
Would it be faster in RTA Hundo?
I have no idea. It could be. There's a strat I can do in this room that which can let me load the door earlier, but I failed it. So, oh my god, I can't do this jump.
Let's go bash.
I think they patched ghetto jumps.
Flamethrower or riot?
Flamethrower or RTA, dude. The ultimate category.
Oh, dude, can we do that?
I mean, I can try. I can't guarantee that I'll do it well.
I'm gonna start.
No, what Retro does is it makes you not allowed to press buttons. That's how they patch things. It's serious. In Wii, like, you can't jump on the stone toads. You just can't
Right,
jump
you have to
on
do a
them.
BSJ strat instead.
Yeah. Well, it's because
You also can't stand on one of the two, like, peg things that are sticking out of the wall.
No, you can
crossway.
stand on it. You can stand
You can't
on it.
jump. I'm sorry, you can't jump.
You can't jump on it. You can jump on the one next to it.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
I love retro. There's such a good company.
Because retro, dude.
Because retro.
I don't know. We make fun of retro, but really, like, they've created such a game. If you haven't played this game casually before, it's so worth it. Like, if you've played Super Metroid but not this game, it's just absolutely worth it. So I'm coming up. I'm gonna do ship dash. I can just scan dash straight from the ship to the door to the artifact temple, but it's precise. And I missed. I failed it, so I'll try it again.
Oh yeah, that's pretty fair, Raya.
I think I'm on pace to do like a sub 130 RTA. So
Oh, I thought.
okay, I failed it again. I'm done. I have plenty of time.
Why not just
try it again.
get it?
Oh my god, dude! I didn't have enough height.
Cool.
Yeah, this jump's actually like a little precise, but it's not that bad. It's just I suck. Oh my god, dude! I want to show off ship dash though.
Jeez, Bash. Are
That was
you
better.
getting one frame.
That's ship dash right there.
Let's go ship dash.
Does it actually require a one frame B press?
No.
No,
Oh.
but it helps.
Oh my god, beef. SJF left times 100 RTA. The ultimate category. The ultimate speedrunning category. Anyways, we're on our way to Artifact Temple. Like,
What
kind of the
about
last area in the game.
What about Space Jump early on Wii?
Oh god.
Why not all three times 420 RTA
Each?
each?
I wrote DF for Dalfire. Dalfire Relief.
Oh.
Also
Oh, I
Kraken it. Also DF. So that's the last Chozo artifact. Again, it's just right here in Artifact Temple, so.
The whack and if.
Yeah, first try ship dash. Let's go.
Alright, you're gonna get flyby skip this run, right?
I'm gonna try. So this is Meta Ridley. Very annoying boss.
It's gonna get
Cool,
mid.
cool, like one of the final bosses of the game. I was early. That's fine. It's a flyby skip. If you hit Ridley on that like an animation, like it's frame perfect. You save like 20 seconds, I think. It's something like pretty significant.
It is a decent amount of time.
It's like 20 to 30 seconds, I think.
I don't know.
But it's frame
exactly.
perfect on a 60 FPS game. Oh, I was too early. So this fight's about to get a lot faster though. This fight is actually really quick. So this air phase is kind of annoying, and it has like 2,000 health, right? But I can just boost into it, and air phase is gone, and he has less than a quarter. So shoutouts to that.
Boost Ball deals 50,000 damage per frame.
Yeah, and they forgot to patch out boost ball damage as Ridley's like damage table thing. I think they fixed it in other versions, but you can do it here. It's amazing.
It's fixed in Wii.
So basically,
This RNG is really good. Wow, that was a really good RNG fight.
let's go.
He didn't lunge back a single time, and what happens is you can't stay locked on him and hit his mouth when he does it, and you lose time if he does the full like charge attack, because then you have to wait for him to do this like animation where he looks around and then turns around and tries to hit you with his tail. And he can do that a few times, and it's pretty awful. But I think his AI is predisposed to do his other attacks more often, so
Is it?
I'm not sure. But then you can also get around that by just taking a more a slower but safer strat by strafing around his side instead. And like when you do it that way, it's like the Elite Pirates. He'll always just turn to face you instead.
All you gotta do is be a pro gamer.
Yeah, an alpha gamer. So yeah, this is Impact Crater, the last level in the game. This is the level that requires all 12 artifacts. Oh my god, I got stuck in collision. So there's some platforming you have to do normally, but we're just gonna climb the wall. And we're already halfway up the room.
Bash, you forgot to kill the Metroids.
Oh no! Right, because I'm doing exo skip. That's right. There's a new wall crawl that was discovered in like the end by Vertigo, who's awesome, and a great glitch hunter who just randomly stumbled upon this out of bounds that you can finally do here. But it's not viable for single segment runs, so we don't do it.
Not yet, at least.
It saves about, I think, 40 seconds to a minute in any percent. We don't entirely know. It saves a lot more in hard mode because it skips this fight entirely. And then it saves a bunch of time in 21%. I think it's actually technically slower than the just fighting Exo in 100%.
It is.
Yeah.
But this trick here, if it's ever consistent for a single segment, it'll make sub 50 a lot more of a... it'll make it a lot easier to do. I
was gonna say, it's already viable.
So Exo has a lot of attacks it can do. It's like the beam troopers, the pirate troopers, where it's only vulnerable to one beam, and it's based on what its color pattern is. So the first subchamber here, or like the first phase of the fight, he uses yellow and purple, which is power beam and wave beam. Second subchamber, he'll add in a white color, which exposes him to ice beam. The third subchamber adds in red, so you have to use all 4 beams. And then the fourth subchamber is like the third subchamber, where you have to kind of damage him 4 times with all 4 beams enough. But then he can just do whatever he wants. Normally he's always limited with what attacks he can do. But in the fourth phase, it adds in stuff like he'll randomly speed up or just charge at you for no reason. And so the amount of luck you get in the fourth subchamber can really screw you over. But also the color patterns too can lose a lot of time depending on what he gives you. So this is okay as long as wave beam's up next, but no, it's not. So, well, that's actually good because, sorry, ice beam is what you want because then you can just skip wave beam. You ideally want ice beam before wave beam. So there's a bit of a window where as Exo charges at you, you can hit him with a beam and kind of snipe him. Ideally, you snipe him twice before he changes color, or she, I guess.
Yeah, please don't.
To get the most damage possible, that way the next color cycle doesn't take as long. You have to deal 220 damage, I think, for every color, for it to do like its knockback animation, and then it'll change colors. Okay, this is good. I want to start with Plasma or Ice. And then also what I'm doing here is I'm staying close to Exo here to bait out this melee attack. This keeps it from doing potentially time loss attacks like spawning these orbs that I have to deal with. And also I got way too close there. Okay, this is not the best RNG, but as long as Wave Beam comes after Ice, we're good. Power Beam's kind of slow, but I'd rather have it last here. Oh, I missed the snipe. That's not good.
Bad Bash.
Oh, wow. I missed both snipes. Okay, this is pretty bad.
Oof. Oof.
At least Wave Beam's last, so I can at least not be in as much... I won't have to spend as much time in Wave Beam, because I can easily... If I can get this other snipe, too. Okay, good.
I'm from Arizona.
Oh, I got close to him again, so... Okay, this Wave Beam's gonna take a little longer. Yeah, that attack he just did right there can lose his time, because then I have to deal with these orbs. Or I could just tank them, because I have plenty of health, but... I'd rather just not have to deal with it. Although I have plenty of health for the run, so... Yeah, I have 6 energy tanks. It's dumb. Alright, so here's the 4th and last subchamber.
The best subchamber, obviously.
Yeah. Excuse me. So now he's just gonna do a bunch of random stuff. But as long as I stay close to him, he'll be consistent. Oh, the worst part about it, that's what I meant to talk about actually. In this subchamber, he can also change colors at will. He won't necessarily stay in a single color the entire time until you do enough damage for him to get knocked back like that. He can just randomly just change to Wave Beam, which happens very often. I feel like he always changes to the worst color.
Oh, fun fact.
Or he'll change colors twice after he gets damaged.
Fun fact, I forgot to mention this, the third subchamber, when you go into it, it's a 50% chance to be Plasma Beam, 50% chance to be Power on the first phase.
Oh, interesting. Is it never Wave or Ice?
It's only Wave or Ice if your last beam is Power.
Okay.
Buddy.
That's good to know, actually. Okay, so far this subchamber's alright. This is really good. As long as he doesn't change the wave. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, so there are some exceptions. The idea is...
Okay, this fourth subchamber was really good. He was really nice to me.
When you go into the next subchamber, it's random. But it won't be the beam that you last did. Unless you go into subchamber 2, which it could be wave twice in a row. You could get wave at the end of subchamber 1 and then wave again. And then subchamber 3, if you had either wave or ice, then it's a 50% chance to be power or plasma.
Alright, so here's the final boss essence. I can't damage it. I have to... Which is why we need Phazon suit for the Phazon beam. I also got damaged on accident.
What happens if you enter this fight without plasma? Can you do that?
Without Phazon, you just can't damage him. So you're soft locked.
That's
Alright, here we go. So I'm gonna stand in the Phazon pool a certain way, so I can make sure that Metroid Prime is positioned in a certain direction, which is good. I want him away from that Exo corpse because if Essence stays close enough, it won't lay a pool after it's done with like its cycle of attacks and movement. So right here I'm doing a thing called attack canceling, where right when Metroid Prime animates and doesn't attack or moves, I just shoot. Oh, that's bad. He was too close. That was really awful. Alright, I'm just gonna... Yeah, he was just barely in the trigger, I think. So that's what happens if he stays too close to that corpse over there that I'm shooting at.
How is she too close?
I don't know. That looks good, too. I should have... I was a little iffy on that position. Him, her, whatever. I think canonically it's a she because of Dark Samus. Also being a she, but...
I think so.
Okay, that's actually not too slow. It still sucks. So ideally, I would have had like a fast 3 pull here, but sadly, I had to like.
Yeah, Metroid Prime's a she.
Yeah. So here we go. Here's the second pull. Again, doing more attack canceling. It does a set of attacks normally, and then it'll eventually lay a pull. So I'm just skipping all the attacks it does and saving time.
Oh, by the way, get ready for time soon.
Yeah, get ready for time. It's coming up in about 30, like 20 seconds. So now I'm going to do a thing called pool canceling, where by stepping in and out of the pool like this, I can conserve ammunition in the Phazon pool without actually draining its... And then I can do enough damage where it's where she just dies. And... time. That is Metroid Prime. So ideally you do this fight, particular final boss fight, in like a minute and a half, but because it did the it skipped the pool, I just lost like about 30 seconds. That could have been a lot worse time loss too, but I still technically got the 3 pools, so I'm pretty happy. So 131 is about what? It's like a 108 or a
108 or 109.
Pretty alright, given that I did have some time loss here and there, but yeah, that was pretty solid.
Nothing in this run seemed tragic, so
yeah, it was just me falling down like in mines a bit. Like, but like the really hard tricks went really well. Like Wave Sun was a little shaky, but it was pretty solid otherwise.
There was also the fusion suit, so
yeah, fusion suit lost time.
I was talking about tragedy.
Also, shouts to Fusion Varia making one last appearance, and then like you're in Varia suit, and then it just has you in gravity.
You have the best fusion suit.
Yeah, Fusion Gravity is like the coolest looking one in my opinion.
I like just standard fusion.
All right, we're pretty much done here. I'm just scrolling past the credits now just to see what the in-game time is.
Samus is a girl?
What?
If you guys enjoyed the run, I highly recommend joining Discord. This game is tough to run at a high level, but it's more of like a skill ceiling. Like the competitive Smash Brothers Melee scene has a skill ceiling that's really high, or even Smash 4 too. But it's actually a lot more beginner friendly than it looks. And we have a lot of really cool resources too. I'm working on a new website for it called MetroidPrime.run that'll be live hopefully sometime this year. But there's also a speedrunning wiki we have that's dedicated to discussing tricks called that's also a good resource called Chozopedia. 108, that's not bad.
No.
My PB is a 103, but I should be getting 102 or better pretty soon. I've been playing pretty good in my runs lately. I've just been losing runs to like 1 or 2 mistakes.
Maybe I'll get sub 120 soon.
Oh, you will for sure, man. You got this.
Or else
Right. By the way, I would like to take this moment to announce we just reached over $2,000.
Hey!
Hey!
Also, I apologize for giving you almost no time to speak, and I feel really bad.
It's alright.
There's so much to talk about.
We got a $75 donation from Emerlin saying, "Shoot, face, go fast," which could both be interpreted as what you should do at the final boss you just did there.
Yeah, I guess that's his face McShooty the boss.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that incentive has been met. Up next, we do have Borderlands 2.
Shouts to Emerlin. His run with Shockwave is actually right after mine, and I highly recommend watching it. Borderlands any % co-op. It's awesome. It's really, really great. And I recommend watching it. So yeah, we're also on speedrun.com/MP, and you can also find resources there. I also recommend 2 videos on YouTube. Remy Demi's beginner guide, if you're looking to run any %, and then a big F and Eagles movement guide, which discusses tricks like L jumping, R jumping, scan dashing, and more. I'm BashPrime. Guys, thank you so much.
Put in the link for the Discord.
Yes, I'll do that real quick. Go ahead and shout yourselves out, I guess, in the meantime. I don't know what other thoughts you guys have.
You can follow me on twitch.tv/imslow. You can follow me on a certain website that I'm not going to say here.
Oh my gosh.
Where I have over 107k views.
Oh my gosh.
Let's not talk about that.
Alright, and then here's I just posted the link to the movement guide, and then here's the beginner route. I speedrun Metroid Prime all the time on twitch.tv/BashPrime. You can also find Venme. I guess you can shout yourself out.
Alright, yep, twitch.tv/Venmisa. Yeah, I'm taking a break from this game, but eventually I'll be back for 53.
5, which is incredible for any %. That's tied for 4th place.
4-way tie.
Yeah. But that's a really, really top level time, so.
Thank you guys very much for that run.
Yeah, thank you, Austin, for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. I had a lot of fun.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and switch things on over.